Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome to Elite Dangerous Beyond. Now, I've parked myself, as some of you know, in the Founders system, particularly at Jameson Memorial. And guess what I'm going to go and buy? Yes, I'm going to go and buy that Chieftain. Now, while there's an awful lot of things going on around at the moment, what with the new Guardian sites being discovered and the Ramtar cinematic that came out that alluded to an awful lot of things within the game, I'm here, I might as well buy it. Might as well get that stock in. I can then call the ship from anywhere I want to do, bring it to me to a station, and I've got it. As opposed to then going charging around the galaxy, looking at Guardian sites. I'm here. Let's get it done. Let's buy that Chieftain. So the Chieftain in Founders is knocking in about 17 million credits, or 17,007,000 and change. Now anywhere else, it's going to be 18.9 million, which I think is quite nicely priced. You know, it's not going to go breaking any banks. So I'm going to get in there. I was currently bombing around in a further lance for something else that I was doing. But I think it's worthwhile a purchase. And that's what we're here for. I mean, it's meant to be a thargoid killer. That's the whole point of it. It's another fighter class, but a medium fighter class. Whereas you've got other heavy fighters, such as the further lance, knocking about. I'm not sure exactly how good they are against thargoids, how effective they are. The Chieftain is meant specifically by this to do thargoid killing by Lakon. Now looking around the cockpit, as we saw in the beta, very high tech, lots of panels, ship status and the like. I think it's a nice place to be, really nice place to be. And you've got space for additional crew seat. That's sat just behind the pilot. Good visibility around the cockpit, as we saw in the beta. So they haven't changed that much. The model is the model. If they were going to change anything, it would have been perhaps on slots or maneuverability and the like. And here's a good shot of the inside of the cockpit, and you can see elevated up just behind the pilot seat, you've got the second seat. Basically, so you can look at the guy's bald patch in front, I reckon. Now, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe button. Okay? And that'll let you know when I'm putting more videos on YouTube. Click that notification as well. We've had some great traction on the channel of late. It's been fantastic, and thank you all so much for your continued support. All comments are welcome, but please keep them nice and clean, because I will moderate the ones that have got profanity in it. Nobody needs that. It's a game, and we're all here to enjoy ourselves. Now the Chieftain is a nice ship to look at. I think it's very reminiscent of the Alien dropship. I said that before in my beta video, but I think it looks quite good. Seeing it in different colours as well, I do see themes of the Battlestar Galactica Raptor in there as well. But as opposed to most of the ships looking like a snake, I think this has got... it's got like a sort of a bird feel to it. I don't know, it's just the way the cockpit edges out from the front like a beak or a bird's head. That's just what I'm feeling. And of course you've got quad engined and the engines move, and look at the detailing on the back of those engines, you know, the sort of brass effect. A lot of detail has gone into this ship, much more so than I think of some of the other ships that Frontier have done and released within the game. Now we are all due as well to see later on the year the crate, but let's concentrate on this. This, I think, there's definitely a bird aspect to this. Definitely a bird aspect to it. So let's have a look what we got things in regards to stock. So you're going to get your pulse lasers, alright, as general. Everything's going to be E-rated. Alright. So looking at core internals, we got lightweight, armor, as expected. Everything's rated as an E-rated power plant. You're only getting 16.8 megawatts with an E-rated power supply. That's going to be nowhere near enough for what you want to do. And I think it's going to be one of these ships you're going to have to go rock out there and get it engineered. Even with a 6A, you're only getting 25.20 megawatts. And I think for what people want to do, and how they want to load these things up with shield banks and lasers and cannons and scanners and all that sort of thing that's going to enable you to go out and kill thargoids, I don't think it's going to be enough. So engineering, I think, is going to have to be a must on this. Now I'm going to hold off buying a power plant just yet. We're going to rock on out there. We're going to test the ship, I think, in stock and see how things go. But it's interesting to see there's a huge jump between a 6B and a 6A power plant. Virtually 10 million, give or take. It's going to be 9.3 or 9.25 million for those of you who are mathematically inclined. That's a huge jump just to get that few extra megawatts. Now thrusters as well, you get as standard, you're going to get the 6Es. Alright, now looking at 5E thrusters as well, and scrolling down, 5D thrusters are going to be more lightweight. You're going to want the 6A ones. Again, 14 million. That's a huge amount of money over 6B, which are going to be basically heavier and more sturdier. But hey, you know, you want a good all-rounder. And if you've got the money to come up here and buy a Chieftain, then you're not going to start bulking over a couple of million or a couple of tens of million, because you would have been in the game, you would have done all the missions, and we've discussed the missions on this channel at length, and you'd have a little bit of scratch in your pocket. That's what I think anyway. I've been out, I've done the missions, that's what I've done. Now we're launching, so look at the ship on the outside from the front, putting the landing gear down. That's a great bit of animation, I think. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know what it is, I just think it's really good how those landing claws, they look like talons of a bird, don't they, go up. Now if we move on to the back, you can see the animation of the back drop pod, because it drops down slightly. Here we go. See, it just drops down slightly. There you go. And there comes down the landing gear out of that engine bay. Now we said before, where exactly those landing bay or landing gear claws, feet, gear, whatever you want to call them, actually go in the real world, you will say, who knows, because you're going to have space for your engines, haven't you? So let's get on out there and see how this thing performs with all its stock components. Okay, so here we go. We're out there. At the moment we're currently at 2 pips to engines, and you can see we are trolleying along at a very nice 194 meters per second. Not too shabby. Moving on and increasing the pips to engines, you'll see obviously an increase up to 230, we're going to call it 235. Now, a bit of a glitch, the leave station sign is still highlighted on the dashboard. I dare say that'll be fixed in an upcoming tweak from Frontier. So, putting our flipper down, 4 pips to the engines, and boosting. That sees us go up to 235. And then cruising all the way back down. With 2 pips to the engines at 194. So, it's quite a pokey little ship, even with the stock stuff fitted to it. So, no complaints there. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to engineer it. So, quite a good top speed on the ship, even though it's not been engineered. So let's take a look at what everyone's interested in as well, and that's going to be the weapons. So here we go, we're outside the ship. We have engaged the weapons. Now as standard, only just 2 pulse lasers, 1 top, 1 bottom, fitted, just to give you a little bit of protection. Moving around, there you are, there's the lower bay with the pulse laser in it. And you'll be able to fire all day with these pulse lasers, you know, I mean, they're low rated, low beam output. But the ship does look good when it's firing. Looks really good when it's firing. So let's get back to the Coriolis. Let's get in there and get this bird engineered. So we're only not very far away from it, we didn't come too far out to do the test. Getting back will take next to no time. Now let's take a look at that right-hand panel. An awful lot of work has been done with this release on the right-hand panel, what with Galnet and the like. And you can see we've got a 637,000 credit rebuy for the Chieftain. But where I think the main changes are going to be in this panel, and it's very interesting to note the jump range, 9.2 whatever, that needs engineering, is a synthesis and also the data and material storage. Now looking down the synthesis, you can see there's some synthesis put in for Guardian weapons. Guardian plasma charger. Guardian Gauss cannon munitions. Guardian shard cannon munitions. Now some of you who saw my video of the cinematic trailer that Frontier released yesterday, and it's on the channel, you'll see that it was actually listed on one of the screens that Ramtar had. But looking through what you need to create these munitions, you're going to have to go out mining for them if you can't recharge it. And that's quite good, you know, that's not so bad. So at least you're going to have good use for all that material storage that you're going to be picking up. Now it was stated that there was going to be 100 storage for each material as well. That's not entirely true. It varies from material to material. Some go up to 250, some are set to 100, some are set to 150. But we'll look at that in a minute. Enzyme missile launchers. Ooh, look at that. Sulfur, biomechanical conduits, propulsion elements, weapon parts, lead, iron, sulfur, all that stuff. So there's been a huge overhaul as well, I think, to the material side of things and the synthesis. Absolutely great. Scrolling down, see what we got. Yeah, we got the refills, we got SRV ammo restock, all the old favourites. Going into materials, and you can see exactly what I was talking about. Some 300, some 250, antimony 100, arsenic 250. So it wasn't just set at 100 for each. It's distinctly different. And of course, an awful lot of these have been updated as well with this last release. So, a worthwhile entry, I think. A worthwhile entry. So, I think material hunting is going to be ripe. We've got the material traders as been released and mentioned in the beta and in the release notes as well. And those material traders and tech traders are going to be out there, and we're going to have to make good use of them. So people and players are going to have to be very au fait with what goes on with those type of traders. And you can see now, I'm not as good at storing all my material as what I used to be. But that was the problem with the old system, I think. You know, you had to get rid of certain materials. But hey, not to worry. Now, as we saw in the beta, there's been an update to your ship scanner and a software update that'll allow you to scan large structures as well. We've seen that in use in the videos during the beta of scanning megaships. Now, it alludes to other structures. Could this be something that we're going to find at the Guardian site when we finally get over there? No doubt. So let's get in there and upgrade this ship. So here we go, here's the Chieftain, we're landing, we're inside the space station. Let's get ourselves into the outfitting section and make this thing a bit worthwhile to fly. And of course that's going to increase the rebuy cost, but who cares. So, we've been waiting for this ship for a long time, at least I have anyway. And put in the comments if you're still with me, have you been waiting for the Chieftain? Or do you think it's just another ship, another sort of like pacification element to be put in by Frontier? Oh, give them a new ship, they'll shut up. If this does prove to be as good in Thargoid combat as we saw in the beta, and a wing of these things I think will be nigh unstoppable. So hard points, I'm going to leave that there for a minute. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to put in there with the hard points. I'm probably going to mix it up again with my old favourites of multi-cannons and beam lasers. Look at the livery section as well. Now you can change the voice. You can see the vessel voice at the top there is Verity. And you've got Victor. And of course, they'll send you one. They'll sell you one as well, won't they? For the $1. Anything for the $1 with Celeste. But there are HCS voice packs available as well. Usual favourites, name your ship, put your stickers on, dress things up inside the cockpit. And then go for a little bit of engine detailing, some weapon detailing as well. Okay, so I've got some shield boosters. Transfer that to the ship. Stands to reason. We'll see how it goes. We can always take it away. It's something that we've got here stored at the station. Heatsink launchers. I'm not sure I'm going to bother with all that. My stored modules are looking pretty dire, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm probably going to need a frameshift wake scanner. I'll transfer that over and see how the power's going. And of course I'm going to have to upgrade my power anyway. So we're continuing to stock this thing out. Let's look at core internals. I've already put a 6A power plant in, 6A thrusters. Now the frameshift drive. That jump range is pitiful. We're going to have to get it engineered and get ourselves over to Felicity Farseer anyway. But a 5A frameshift drive is coming in at 4.4 million. Nearly 4.5 million. Let's sell the O module and get that fitted. And straight away our jump range is going up to 20.93 with the modules that we currently got fitted. I'm going to go for a 5D life support because it's light. Gives you that little extra boost as well. But let's face it, if you're caught out there and they shoot out your cockpit, you're going to have to get back pretty damn quick. Now the power distributor, 6A for a power distributor as well. And you can also get them engineered as we know. Buying options. Buy. Sell the old module, we've got no use for it. Sensors, again, I'm going to go for a 4D, nice and light. Jump range is up to 21 and change. Now, the alloy. What am I going to do? I don't know. Shall I put military on that or not? Shall I give it a tougher skin or not? I think military grade is the way to go. 15 million, but you do get that tougher skin. I suppose it all depends on what it's going to be used for, and that's hit our jump range quite extensively. So, that's the core internals, and I'm quite happy with that. Moving on to optional. Now, we've got a 5E shield generator, but we've got a class 6 bay there. Do I put a 6E cargo rack in? That's not very expensive, 300,000 credits. Or do I change it for the shield generator and put a bigger shield generator in? That, of course, is going to mean more power, and that could well tip me over the edge of what I've got available. 25.2 megawatts. And I think that's the option. I think I'm going to transfer the 5 shield generator into the 6 cargo bay. I don't know. What do people think? You guys out there, put in the comments. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Is it the best thing to put a class 6 shield generator in this ship, in this Chieftain? I think I'm going to. I can always change it out, to be honest with you. We've got the money in the coffers. I'm not going to start bleating about it. We're going to go and put a 6A shield generator in there. 14 million. All the money is going down quite considerably, but I did recently buy a third Alliance and kit that out as well. So I've got a 6A shield generator in it, leaving me a 5 empty internal compartment, so I can put a 32-ton cargo compartment in there as well. So scrolling down, we're going to get ourselves an advanced scanner, a stellar body scanner. There you go, the advanced discovery coming in just under $1 million. And then the empty military compartment, I'm going to go with hull, a module reinforcement as well, and probably a shield cell bank. Now, that's going to eat into my power consumption, so I have to see how things go in regards to that. So, set it up with a module reinforcement, 4D, buy that, and we're in. And that, like I said, probably a shield cell bank, but whether I'll keep that or not, I don't know. We're getting dangerously close to the limit, and I haven't even looked at stuff like additional utility mounts, which eat into your power quite heavily, and weapons. I haven't even looked at weapons yet. So, you know, deployed, we're already at the 22.17 megawatts. Once we start lashing in there with some beam lasers, that's going to push it over the top. So also I'm going to need an SRV bay. Well, I don't need one, but I like to have one, so we're going to go with 2G. There you go. And also we're going to need a scarab to go in there. And I think, get rid of that cargo rack. I'm going to put a fuel scoop in there. Just so I can bomb around the galaxy a bit. And like I said, I'm going to have to get this engineered anyway. Sell that module. And then, in the Class 5 bay, it's got to be a cargo rack. And the biggest cargo rack I can get my hands on. Okay, brilliant. So far I'm okay with it. I'm probably going to have to swap out that shield cell bank because we're getting quite dangerous. I'm going to put to being over deployed. So now I've got a scarab. I can paint that a lovely colour, and I can also change the Kovas voice from standard. But I'll do that again. There's my SRV pack. I don't know, I'm feeling a blue with this one. There you go. Let's put some stickers on. Gotta have all the stickers. Gotta be a boy race and have the stickers on. I've seen the Lions of Longleat, Pensacana Wildlife Park, K&N air filters. That's basically what this section is. How many stickers do you want to stick on your in-game assets? Now there are, paint kits available to it. I quite like the military paint kit. I think it's good. I think it reminds me, like I said, a bit of the Battlestar Galactica Raptor, especially the yellow. Quite like the idea of that. But I'm not going to go and spend any real money today on this. No chance. No sir. I'm going to enjoy it as it is. So let's look at the hard points. What we put in. I think multi-cannons in the small hard points are probably the best things to do. And I'm going to go for some gimbaled weapons. That being the 1G gimbaled multi-cannon. Again, for all the rest, Class 1. And it's a shame they're Class 1. If they made them Class 2, my god, that ship would be nigh on impossible to defeat, I think. Just that extra class would have been something. But you never know, things might change. There may be a rebalance coming. So, there's our multi-cannons. So, in the medium hard point. So, in the Class 2 module bay, continuing on, I think it's going to have to be beam lasers. Or perhaps an AX weapon, just in case the Thargoids come knocking. Now, a missile rack, not too happy about that. I think the AX multi-cannon is probably a better deal to go with, though I'm not sure. It all depends what sort of loadout it's going to be. If you're going to go Thargoid hunting, kick it out with AX weapons. If you're not going to go Thargoid hunting and they think, you've got to have something there. There's going to be a huge push, I think, from the Thargoids this season. So I think probably best be prepared. So I'm going to put in nice big beam lasers. As you can see, it's pushed me well over the limit now. Deployed 25.42 megawatts. So I'm going to have to go back in and make a change. But I think the beam lasers are going to be what I'm aiming for. So there you go. Those large hard points have been filled. And I think AX weaponry. AX weaponry is what I'm going to need. I think it's the AX multi-cannon. We'll get the turret. Or shall I get the fixed weapon? I think the turret is the way to go, personally, and the missiles, I don't think it's worthwhile getting. Yep, we're definitely going to go for the AX multi-cannon. Now, as all these funky weapons have put me well over the 25.2 megawatts that the standard unengineered power core is afforded me, I'm going to have to get rid of some things like shield boosters. I'll just store that. And of course I can go back into that engineering thing, so, you know, their power output or power needs are going to be less. But even then I'd be on the ragged edge. I mean, 2.5 megawatts is quite a bit when it comes down to modules. That shield generator's probably pushed me well over the edge. I probably would have been, well, it probably wouldn't have been so bad otherwise. But I think shields are very important. I'm going to get rid of that shield cell bank. I'm going to put that into storage. And I'm going to go for, I think, hull reinforcement. And this is by no way means to be a definitive build for me. If people have got any suggestions or put suggestions in the comment section, hey, I'll go and try it out. Who cares? I mean, I don't know what the game's going to present me. I'm just going to try and generally store it out with what I think is perhaps the best option. Just by getting rid of that shield cell bank, I've come down to the point where, you know, I'm 24.6 megawatts. And putting an AX multi-cannon on a turret in there as well will take it up a little bit, but I'm confident that we'll still be okay. 24.6 megawatts deployed. And that's that. That's my build so far. So I think that's quite good for a Chieftain build. If you've got any ideas, by all means, stick that into the comment section and we can discuss about it. We've also got a Discord server running as well, and the details for that are in the About section on the channel. I've been Ricardo. This has been the Alliance Chieftain. A quick video about my first outfitting of it. Look out for more videos in the series where we discuss things like the crime and punishment changes, and also the changes to engineering and material traders. See you soon, fly safe, and enjoy Beyond.